A pyramid is a remarkable architectural structure, instantly recognizable by its broad, square base. Rising from each side of the base are four triangular faces, all sloping upward and converging at a single point at the very top, known as the apex. This iconic geometric shape, most famously seen in Egypt but also found in other ancient cultures, has captivated the imagination of people for thousands of years. The Egyptian pyramids, especially the majestic ones at Giza, are known as true pyramids. Their sides were originally smooth, covered in polished white limestone that would have gleamed brilliantly under the desert sun, making them visible from miles away. In contrast, other civilizations, such as the ancient Egyptians at Saqqara and the Maya in Central America, built step pyramids. These structures look like giant staircases, with several levels or platforms stacked on top of each other, often crowned with temples or shrines at the summit. The materials used to build pyramids varied greatly depending on the region and available resources. In Egypt, builders primarily used limestone for the outer casing and granite for the inner chambers and passages. Meanwhile, in Mesoamerica, such as in the ancient cities of the Maya and Aztecs, pyramids were often constructed from earth, clay, and local stone, sometimes covered with stucco and painted in vivid colors. Pyramids were rarely isolated structures. They were usually part of larger ceremonial complexes, surrounded by temples, smaller pyramids, and long causeways. Many were carefully aligned with celestial bodies, reflecting the builder's deep understanding of astronomy. In Mesoamerica, pyramids often formed the heart of bustling city centers. Their surfaces were adorned with intricate carvings, sculptures, and painted murals depicting gods, rulers, and mythological scenes. The enduring image of the pyramid is one of mystery, grandeur, and extraordinary human achievement. Their massive scale and precise construction continue to inspire awe in all who see them. Whether serving as royal tombs, sacred temples, or powerful symbols of authority, pyramids played a central role in the spiritual and social lives of ancient peoples. Today, their timeless form stands as a lasting monument to human ingenuity, creativity, and the enduring quest to reach for the heavens. Pyramid building is a global story, stretching across continents and millennia. From the deserts of Africa to the jungles of Central America, and from the plains of Asia to the islands of Southeast Asia, the urge to build monumental structures in the shape of pyramids has captivated civilizations throughout history. It's not just an Egyptian phenomenon. Pyramids appear in many cultures, each with their own unique style and purpose. The earliest known pyramidal structures were the Mesopotamian ziggurats, step pyramids built as temples around 4000 BCE. These massive platforms, rising in tiers, served as bridges between the earth and the heavens, dedicated to the gods of ancient Sumer. Egypt's pyramid age began with Djoser's step pyramid at Saqqara, a revolutionary stone monument that set the stage for the Grand Pyramids at Giza. Over centuries, Egyptian architects refined their techniques, culminating in the construction of the Great Pyramid, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. To the south, the Nubian pyramids in Sudan emerged around 800 BCE. These structures, smaller and steeper than their Egyptian cousins, were built as royal tombs for the kings and queens of Kush, and their construction continued for over 1,000 years. In the Americas, civilizations like the Olmec, Maya, and Aztecs built impressive pyramids as ceremonial centers. These structures often served as temples, platforms for rituals, and even tombs, with each generation expanding and reshaping them to honor their gods and ancestors. The city of Teotihuacan in central Mexico was dominated by the massive Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon, which towered over the city and reflected its immense power and influence. In China, emperors constructed enormous earthen pyramid tombs, the most famous being the mausoleum of the first Qin emperor, guarded by the legendary terracotta army. These tombs symbolized imperial authority and the belief in an afterlife. Southeast Asia's Borobudur, a monumental Buddhist temple in Indonesia, features a stepped pyramid design, blending spiritual symbolism with architectural grandeur. Across continents and cultures, the pyramid shape has expressed power, faith, and a profound connection to the cosmos. These structures were more than just tombs or temples. They were statements of ambition and belief. The universal appeal of the pyramid form reveals the enduring human drive to create monuments that stand the test of time, inspiring awe and wonder in every generation. Pyramids are among the most iconic and enduring structures in human history, and their purposes varied greatly across different cultures and eras. While their shapes are instantly recognizable, the reasons behind their construction reveal much about the societies that built them. In ancient Egypt, pyramids were far more than just monumental tombs. They were designed as resurrection machines for pharaohs, intended to safeguard their bodies and treasures for the afterlife. The Egyptians believed that the pyramid's shape helped the soul ascend to the heavens, ensuring the king's immortality and continued rule in the next world. The pyramid complex itself was a carefully planned stage for elaborate rituals and ceremonies. Priests performed daily offerings and rites, all aimed at guaranteeing the king's eternal life and, by extension, the stability and prosperity of the entire kingdom. In Mesoamerica, pyramids took on a different role. Here, they were not tombs, but grand temples, platforms for ceremonies, sacrifices, and festivals dedicated to powerful gods. These structures were the spiritual and social centers of their cities. The steep staircases of Mayan pyramids symbolized the arduous journey to the divine, while the plazas below became gathering places for the community during important public rituals and celebrations. In ancient Mesopotamia, ziggurats were massive stepped structures believed to be literal homes for the gods. At the summit, temples were reserved exclusively for priests, who acted as intermediaries between the divine and the people. These towering ziggurats were seen as bridges linking earth and heaven, honoring the city's patron deity and reinforcing the sacred nature of the city itself. No matter the culture, building pyramids required immense resources, labor, and organization. Their construction was a testament to the power of the state and the ability to mobilize society for a common purpose. These monumental structures dominated their landscapes, serving as visible declarations of a ruler's authority and the society's collective achievement. For Maya city-states or Egyptian pharaohs, pyramids reinforced social hierarchy, unity, and the idea that the ruler was central to the order of the world. Ultimately, pyramids were both spiritual and political statements, timeless symbols that defined entire civilizations and continue to inspire awe and curiosity for generations to come. Building the Great Pyramid of Giza was a feat of engineering and organization. The site was carefully chosen and aligned to the cardinal points using simple astronomy. Skilled Egyptian laborers, not slaves, formed organized crews, living in nearby villages with food and medical care. Most stone came from local quarries. Fine limestone was ferried across the Nile, and granite from distant Aswan. Stones were hauled on sledges, likely over lubricated roads. Massive ramps, possibly straight, spiral, or a mix, helped raise blocks as the pyramid grew. Inside, complex passages and chambers protected the pharaoh's burial. The king's chamber, with its huge granite beams, is a marvel of ancient engineering. Security features like hidden entrances and portcullis blocks show the builder's ingenuity. These pyramids were intricately designed, not just piles of stone. Egypt's pyramids are just one branch of a global tradition. Nubian pyramids in Meroe are smaller, steeper, and more numerous, often with temples attached. Mesoamerican pyramids, like those of the Maya and Aztecs, were step pyramids with flat tops for temples built in city centers. They were expanded over time, creating layered structures. Mesopotamian ziggurats made of mud brick were temple platforms with no internal chambers or burials. Their design featured multiple tiers and ramps, serving as homes for the gods. China's tomb mounds, like Emperor Qin Shi Huang's, were massive earthen pyramids for royal burials. Unlike Egypt, these were built from compacted earth and often left unexcavated. Each culture adapted the pyramid form to its beliefs and resources. The result, a diverse family of monumental structures, each with unique meaning and function. How did ancient builders create pyramids without modern tools? Archaeologists study the pyramids, tools, ancient texts, and worker settlements for clues. Copper chisels, dolerite pounders, and wooden levers were used with remarkable skill. Quarries like Aswan show how massive stones were extracted and split. Recent finds like the Hatnub ramp system reveal how sledges and ropes helped move heavy blocks. Ancient papyri, such as the Diary of Merer, detail the logistics of transporting stone by boat. Evidence from workers' villages shows a well-fed, organized, and cared-for workforce, far from the myth of slave labor. Pyramids reflect the societies that built them, monuments to state power and unity. In Egypt, Only a pharaoh with absolute authority could marshal the resources and labor needed. The project required a hierarchy king, officials, skilled craftsmen, and thousands of laborers. This mirrored Egyptian beliefs about cosmic order, where everyone had a role. Religion was the driving force. Pyramids ensured the pharaoh's afterlife and the kingdom's prosperity. Building a pyramid was a national, even spiritual effort that united people in a common cause. The process fostered shared identity and innovation, forging a nation as much as a monument. Pyramids are monuments to human cooperation and achievement. Their legacy is not just stone, but the story of people working together for something greater. Modern technology is revolutionizing pyramid research. Ground-penetrating radar and muon tomography let us peer inside without damage, revealing hidden chambers like the Big Void in the Great Pyramid. Drones and satellite imagery map pyramids and their surroundings in stunning detail, uncovering lost features and settlements. These tools complement traditional archaeology, giving us a fuller picture of ancient construction. Despite advances, myths about aliens or lost civilizations persist, but evidence points to human ingenuity. The real wonder is how ordinary people organized and built these monuments. The mystery that drives research today isn't who built the pyramids, but how they achieved such monumental feats.